Hello and welcome to round 7 of the PS4 Virtual Racing Project Cars in association with West Wales Karting. Today we're at the Texas Oval for something a bit different. It's 5 races today, all 5 minutes each, and usual grid of PS4 drivers. So we'll be able to see it as we look at West Wales Karting open again. So we get back to that and looking at today's race, we've got that's the schedule so far. So we've, as I said, we're at round 7, Texas Speedway Oval. 5 races instead of 3 today, 5 minutes each. So lots of action, and looking forward to getting underway. As we look at the standings here, we've got Louis G leading the way with an 11-point lead over Stuart Davis, and a good gap to third with Mike Gunning, and then Icebreaker, who's unfortunately not able to be with us today, and Matt Wedge coming off his best performance of second at Nürburgring, and looking for a good performance here on the ovals. So as we look at the start here, we've got Mike Gunning and Stuart Davis leading the way, and already we've got a bit of an incident. That's Pixie off at the back here, as we see Mike Gunning and Stuart Davis, and got championship protagonist Looping G also up the inside here. So it's all going off at the start here, and Matt, the local track for him of sorts, being the American in the championship. Looking to establish himself here, but we've got the Mike Gunning, so top 3 in the championship, getting off at the start here, just getting underway, and Stuart Davis leading the way with Mike Gunning, and Looping G coming under a bit of pressure from Matt here actually. So yep, that's Matt up the inside. So Looping G looking to do his best to recover there, as we see Mike Gunning and Stuart Davis at the front. These two had good battles in the IndyCar, so we'll be looking for more of the same today. What do you make of the opening, Alex?
Quite an interesting sight seeing pickup trucks on the oval, isn't it? It's like they're all rushing for a Big Mac, being in Texas and in the big old Ford F-150. It's quite weird to see, but hopefully it gives us interesting racing. We'll see, there's going to be quite a big slipstream battle, as Stu looks like on the inside, and that's Matt in the red machine around the outside. It's going to be like trying to throw a brick through water going around the outside without any slipstream help. And so he's just fallen back a bit, and Loopy behind him. Not sure where Alex and Pixie's gone. Oh, there they are. And you see more of this 4 car truck group at the front. Hard to know. What are they? Are they trucks or are they cars?
Yep, classified as pickup trucks. Don't think anybody's not sure. They're one of those sort of in between categories, but definitely look very interesting on the oval circuits, more akin to NASCAR and the Indy cars. So seeing these trucks on was quite an interesting sight, but one we'll hopefully enjoy today, as I see Mike Gunning at the front, and Matt got himself into second place there. So good race for him, and Looping G just coming up the inside, and Stuart Davis on the outside. So yeah, four-way battle for the lead at the moment, and they seem to have dropped away. That's the problem with losing the toe, is once you've lost that, you've dropped back a bit, but these 4 are very much still in it, and battles raging here, as we see Mike Gunning and Looping G first and second, but Matt on the outside here is not giving up. He's very much in the running here today, so and he's buoyed by a bit of confidence, having got his first podium a couple of rounds ago, so he'll be feeling right at home here and looking to do well today.
Who would you say is the favourite? I'd probably say Stu, as he's got the most oval experience, as he's there in second place currently in, I don't know what colour he's in. I think he's in the grey and red one. From Loopy in third. Oh yeah, of course Loopy's going in the blue, and it's home colours. He takes second now, but yeah, I have to imagine Stu would probably be favourite, as he's also. I've messed him up there. He's hit the barrier quite badly, and that's going to push him back, and so not ideal for him. And 4 became 3.
Yeah, that was the commentator's curse striking again there. Stuart Davis would be one of the favourites, along with Mike Gunning, because he showed great pace in the PS4s in the Indy cars, so he'll be right up there as he's proven today, and he's been very unlucky in a couple of previous rounds, so he'll be looking to get himself back in the championship mix today, because he's not out of it yet, but it's a tough battle for him from here, but this is very much one in his comfort zone, and he'll be looking to make the most of it. But Looping G, but just behind him, has got his championship lead to worry about, and he'll be looking to make the most of it, especially with Stuart Davis having a bit of difficulty there. Meanwhile, Matt in third's just looking for the best result he can, and is very much still in the running here at the front as we've got the kind of main championship protagonist and an experienced oval racer, and then Matt looking a bit for home advantage. So yeah, still very much all to play for between these three. As we look at go on board with Matt, just looking at Mike Gunning here, managed to get himself in the second tier, and he's just going for a wee run here. This could be his opportunity as he's. Yep, through the middle, always a bit treacherous here, especially with how wide and big these trucks are. It's hairy at the best of times, but particularly how wide and lady these trucks can be, it's going to be an interesting battle.
Looks like Lupu was almost put into the just gathering together. That's going to allow Mike to head off into the sunset. With those two coming together, we see Pixie in 6th place coming up the rear end. That was for the finish, and Matt comes first with the slimmest of margins from second and third. It's 2 thousandths from Mike and Loopy. Is that Matt's first win, Ian?
Yeah, congratulations to Matt. That's his first win in the league. So making the most of his oval experience there, and getting his first win. So congratulations to Matt on that, and Mike Gunning a good result in second, and Looping G just pleased to be outscoring his championship rival here. So great first race as we go into race 2. And we've got Stuart Davis and Pixie at the front here, and Looping G. In fact, that's Alex Brown straight off into the. So I don't know what happened there. As we see, that's Stuart Davis getting a bit rough and tumble at this beginning here as he drops to second, and we've got Pixie at the front, and Stuart Davis in second, and Looping G coming in third at the moment. But yeah, very wobbly start for some, and Alex Brown just very unlucky at the back there as we look at Mike Gunning now coming through, and we've got he's managed to get himself ahead. That's him, Mike Gunning out into lead now, and Stuart Davis in third, and Looping G's main championship protagonist just coming along in third. But yeah, still it's five at the front here in the second race, and so a bit of a nudge there from Pixie on the wall. It's a bit wide on the outside, but he also seems to be going along as still very much top 5 in it just now. It's very wide again for Pixie. He's struggling a bit with the size here, but he's still in the battle for 5-way race for lead just now.
Yeah, looking on board then, you just see how wibbly wobbly these big old yank tanks are. It's no wonder he's struggling a bit, trying to use the old rub along the barrier tactics, but it doesn't quite work like it does in the old Gran Turismo games. You've got to keep on the slipstream, and he's just about getting in. Obviously, short races, so still in it. It's a 4-way battle with the same old protagonist from the first race. Still, hopefully, won't be sent into oblivion and not in it anymore. As you can see there, Pixie was about 5 car lengths back, or 2 of these trucks, I guess, if you're comparing it, and he's right on the tail of Loopy again, who looks like he's going for a run. As you can see, Pixie there on the inside. He'll have the side draft now, but he'll be on the outside, so he's going to have to be super careful going around there. 3 wide now. not got it. He's lost the momentum. He'll have to dive back in and try again.
Yeah, definitely. He's making most of this side draft there from his championship rival. I'm sure Stuart won't be appreciating him taking advantage of that, so he'll be wanting to close the door on him. And as we see Mike down the inside, and he's coming through. It's Mike and Stuart at the front there, but Matt's still very much in there, as is Loopy.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see any bump drafting getting towards the end of the race. Just hook onto the guy in front and push away. It might be worth doing the penultimate lap. All coming together there. Looks like Stu and Matt. Looks like it's quite easy to just lock wheels and lose control, but they got all together, and that's Loopy in the barrier, so that's Pixie going to go on the inside of him, it looks like. See the blue machine leaving a bit of paint behind. But these two falling behind a bit.
Yeah, they sure have. It looks like the top three's made a bit of a break for it. That's what happens when you lose the toe, but Sue coming in, he's coming, still not totally out of it, but yeah, need to watch as it looks like Loopy's got into the back of Matt there, so he's try to haul himself back in, and he's he's got himself right back into that after it looked like him and Pixie might have been dropping away a bit. So it's very much closed all this up again as see Pixie grinding around the outside again. That seems to be a bit of a technique for him, and we've got Stuart Davis taking the wide line round, trying to just to do something a bit different, trying to carry a bit of momentum around the outside. As you see Loopy doing a bit of bump draft with that. He said it might come to bump draft. It looked like Loopy was trying a bit of that on Matt there as he's trying to get past Stuart Davis, but seems to have worked out for him so far. But Stuart Davis is right beside him, so it'll be it's quite tense in the cabin, I'm sure, just working out wherever it is and how close they are, because they're running very tight and these are very wide and slidey trucks at times.
Yeah, it definitely worked, and you have to imagine this is the last lap with the 40-second lap, and there's only 50 seconds left, so it's all to play for. Mike in first again, so Matt around the outside. It's so close. I think you'd have to imagine if Loopy gives Mike the old bump down the straight, he'll get past. Let's have a look here. Almost 4 wide, it's 2 rows of 2. With Stu in the background in not an orange truck, which is quite weird. Coming up to the line now. Oh, that's chaos. It looks like Matt into the barrier, and that's going to be Mike, Stu. Oh, it's so
Matt
close going over the line.
Yeah, instant coming over the line there. So that's a Mike Gunning gets the win from Stuart Davis, Pixie third, and Matt and Loopy coming home in fourth and fifth. But what a finish! The top 5 covered by 0.7 of a second. That was an incredible race throughout. They kept it so tight, and it was really anyone's guess at the end. And Mike Gunning getting his first win since I think the first round actually. So yeah, he'll be pleased to get back. He'll be pleased to get back up into the winner's circle there. And Stuart Davis pulling a good gap over his championship rival, who's stuck down in 5th as we go into race 3.
Yeah, imagine Pixie happy result from 6th to 3rd, so we're trying to do another 3 and get the win this time. And he's starting. Oh god, it's happened again. It's Alex again as well. He's around. It's not going well for him in these trucks. Imagine he will want to park up and have Big Mac after these races, but he's still got 2 more to go after this one, so it's not all lost. So it's Mike, Matt, and Stu again with Loopy Pixie together. They'll probably try and work together a bit more this time, try and catch up, but it'll be a bit more difficult. I see Stu diving for that slipstream of Mike in the John Deere colours. As goes in the middle there. It's interesting he'd leave the slipstream there, Stu. But you never know with these trucks what they imagine. It might have just been sliding out wide.
Yeah, crazy start of the game from Alex Brown. He looks more like he's pulling in for a drive-through milkshake than starting a motor race. But yeah, he's been super unlucky again, and he's certainly given Looping G a lot of work to do with him and Pixie stuck back. And the worst part is they've really lost it to this time. They need to work together a bit, but it's going to be hard work for them to claw in the top three now that there's that gap between them. So as we see Matt on the outside and Stuart and Mike just trade, getting very close, and then Stuart Davis on the outside line there. But yeah, it's looks like it's going to be between these three now for this race, and Loopy and Pixie just need to work together to try and hold themselves back in. But it looks like it's going to be quite far gap, and we're already nearly 2 minutes in, and of a 5-minute race. So tough gig for them just now, but they seem to be working together a bit. And at the front we've got Mike now leading from Matt, and Stuart Davis on the outside.
Yeah, it seems to be off the start line that Battle of the Survivors is. Oh, they're getting a bit close there. Matt weaving in the centre, just looks like he's just trying to get some room and still weaving. It's the wobble-matic suspension, these things. Even though they're wide, they're still not the most stable thing. With, it looks like Mike in the middle, Matt second. He won't want same things happen as it did in the last race, where he gets second all the way to the end and just to get hit out. But Stu's still there. You'll want the win, because obviously Loopy's down in fourth place at the moment, and it'll be quite handy for him with the points.
Yeah, definitely, especially with Loopy finishing fifth in the last race, and Stuart getting the second, and there was 11-point gap coming into this race in 5 races today, so the pressure's really on between those two in the championship. And of course Mike Gunning's running really well at the front, showing his good pace at the ovals. So he with him third in the championship, he's not out of it yet either. So yeah, need to make most of it here, and Stuart be keen to do so as he looks to line up Mike for a move. But yeah, Mike's again showing good pace here, so he'll know what to do as well to maximise his opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. You see, it looks like a hell of a lot of steering angle Stu's putting in just to get the truck around. Must be whatever steering rack this vehicle uses. But always the understeer. It's a bit hard to tell, but look at that. It's quite a bit compared to what you'd see with the IndyCars, but the IndyCars are obviously purposely built, made things, and looks like Matt in the rearview mirror is just holding back, and this is a great run from Stu looking around the outside. I have to imagine he needs 1 or 2 laps left now. I'd say they might squeeze 2 in if they're fast enough. Looking around the outside now, Stu's just got a lead, but Mike will get back in because he'll have the shorter inside line. Stu might get him off to the banking though.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to watch though, because Matt's Prout looks quite racy here as well, and he won't want to get hung out to dry on the outside as Matt's lining him up on the inside here. So yeah, something still a bit to think about with Stu's. Good, it's a good gap over his championship rival, but he'll be wanting to maximise his points if he can here. And yeah, he's gone a bit wide there, clipped the outside, and that'll kill his momentum as he's drop back to third with Mike getting up the inside of him. Looks like they'll get one more lap going on to the final lap here, but and here's Loopy just too far away in fourth place. He's dropped 5 seconds on this lead pack, so his job now will just be trying to make sure he gets the better Pixie and reloads for the next race. But it looks like Mike Gunning and Matt at the moment with Stuart Davis outside chance around the outside here. And yep, that's going to be Mike Gunning gets the. Oh, there's a bit of run on here. So he's just going to get to the line very tight, but it's Mike just gets there with that Stuart Davis gets second, and Matt in top 3 will get the final here. So it's Mike Gunning from Matt, and Stuart Davis gets the third. So yeah, very tight battle. It looked such tight margins again between the top 3. Great racing. And yeah, it's been a great battle between them all there.
Yeah, super close again. Mike's showing his oval prowess again. Looked like Matt was trying a bit of a Earnhardt move at the end, just trying to move him out of the way so he could get the win, but not quite in the end. As we go on to race 4 or 5 now.
Yep, race 4, and we've got Matt starts from oh no, it's Matt and Mike in the front here, and Loopy in third. It's getting a bit darker now, so that could change things up a bit as we look again. Matt getting into the lead, and Mike gunning in second, but Loopy not far behind now, and looks like Alex Brown's had another bit of a tough start there, and it's kind of top 5 here again with Stuart Davis at the back, so a bit of work for him to do, and Pixie on running fourth at the moment, as we see Matt around the outside, and oh no, it's Pixie around the outside, and Matt just behind us. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. That's Mike's just after such good opening races, it's just all gone wrong from there. It's just been looked like him, Loopy, and Stuart all touched there, and it's just spun Mike round, and he's got a lot of work to do from there. But drops him back to 6th.
Yeah, it was all going so well, and it was bound to happen sooner than later, and it's happened in race 4. But also, I was going to say a round of applause for Alex. He's kept it in a straight line off the start for the first race, so he's not too far behind in 5th place, as we see Stu in 4th, Pixie 3rd, Loopy 2nd, Matt 1st. So am I right in saying we're guaranteed for a new winner in the ovals?
Looks like, well, we've got Stuart Davis isn't too far behind, but today for today anyway. But it's Matt and Mike so far today. So yeah, we'll get a new winner for today anyway, and we see Matt at the front, and Stuart Davis just not far behind him. But looks like it's going to be a different race winner now. But there's plenty still to play for here.
Yeah, definitely still plenty to play for. His top 4 covered by less than half a second. It definitely seems to be the case with these oval races in these trucks, because they're pretty much like bricks basically. You have to use each other, so it's going to be close racing. It's they're like a smaller NASCAR in a way. Yeah,
very much so. We've got in some ways, I think you wonder how much draft's coming off these with the size of them, and how much work the guy at the front's having to do. So it's very tricky as we look at the 2 championship protagonists getting into kind of first and second position. Loopy going down the inside here, and not enough there. Should be wise to that and make it, hoping to keep him behind him. But very tricky, considering as we've seen from the onboards how the lock Stuart's got on that to get round. It's quite tricky, and it looks like he's giving Loopy a bit of an inside, but it's quick to close the door again there, as we see Loopy now looking more for the outside lines, trying to get a bit of a run on him, but Stuart again's there in front of him, and but got the 2 championship protagonists at the front now, just trying to psych each other out, just going again. But Matt's still not too far behind us. Look at Loopy going for the outside round, just a bit differently. He likes to hold the inside line, but looks like he's going for an outside run here.
Going on board there with that's Loopy in with Matt, and they're together now, and that's Loopy from 2nd to 4th. That's disastrous for him. So that's going to allow Stu to have half-second gap from 2nd place now, and Loopy's just got 2 seconds back now, and Alex closing in, so that's terrible news for him. But I was going to say, when they're on board with Loopy, they're looking at Stuart at the front. The amount of lean these trucks have on the oval, it's crazy that they're not rolling over constantly. It's not something you'd usually see on a racetrack, a vehicle leaning that much.
No, definitely not, especially the angles they're at, so it's a bit of a double visual, because you look at how low some the ride height is on the kind of upper bank, and then down the inside just how much lead angles on it. So it's quite a sight to behold. But it looks like Stuart Davis has made the break on his championship rival with Pixie and third, so Loopy just needs to make sure he gets the better Matt here, who's shown great pace today. So won't be easy for him, but he'll be looking to do that after his unfortunate incident, and they're coming together on the wall there.
Yeah, but last lap now. Loopy and Matt battling away, Pixie and Stu battling away. You have to imagine Pixie will want to get the win. He's gone from, well, pretty much every place on the grid at this point, except for first place, so he'll really want this. But I think Stu may just have it unless Pixie gets an excellent run. It's only 3/10, and we know what Slipstream can do, but Stu just holds on to cross the line in first for Pixie. Now Loopy and Matt, who gets it? Oh, that's a photo finish. We'll have to look at the timing sheet at the end. And then Alex in fifth, his best position. And then Mike in the lonely sixth place after that spin out at the start. So let's have a look.
Yep, it's Stuart Davis gets the win there from Pixie, and Loopy just pipping Matt in by tiny margins again. And Alex Brown getting his best finish of the day, and then Mike Gunning coming home in the sixth position after being super unlucky with his coming together there with the two championship protagonists. Yep, it's a win from Stuart there, and again with Loopy 2 places behind, he'll be happy with that as we go into the final race. It's so far been a good day for Stu, but now the final race this could be where he seals the deal, and we look at Matt again at front. Matt and Loopy leading the way, and again, Stuart Davis this time having a horrendous
He's had an Alex.
He's done an Alex there, just gone wide there with all the these trucks can be a bit wobbly off the start line, especially with the so there's Loopy getting a bit of a jump, bit of a kangaroo moment from Loopy there with Mike, because as we see Matt leading the way, and it's a disaster for Stuart now, having dropped all the way back, and that's it. And the critical thing there is he's lost the toe, so can he get himself back in? It's going to be tough for him from that position, as we see Mike and Matt and Loopy making the break at the front here. But it's a disaster start for the championship protagonist there.
Yeah, not great. Wonder it was wrong gear for start. It's just locked the rear axle up and put him to the side. Let's put him in sixth. So this is going to be great for Loopy if he can keep it on all four wheels and not try bunny hopping around the track. As we see Alex Brown having a good old battle with Pixie. Pixie down in fifth place. Stu's not too far behind. That's a saving grace for him there. He could probably hook onto the slipstream at some point and catch up. But you have to imagine he's a bit too far now, 4 seconds from the leading pack. See Matt on the inside now in the red truck. Mike back to normality up in the lead after his basically burner race in race 4 being spun out. But 4 minutes left, anything can happen really. As you see Loopy on the inside line now. It's not usual you see him there. He's usually on the outside line, but he'll have the slipstream, so that'll be second place taken quite easily. Yeah, definitely. So on the inside there, he has tended for the outside line today, but yeah, he's got a bit of a run on there with, and also taking advantage of Mike's slipstream there. So he's back on the outside here, but that'll give Matt the opportunity to get back on the inside and take advantage of Mike Gunning's slipstream. So still tight battle between this top 3, and Loopy on the outside is very, very wide here at the moment, so he'll be looking to come back in and get. But yeah, Matt's on the inside there, keeping him honest, and Matt's got the slipstream for Mike just now, so Loopy will be just recalibrating, thinking about his next move, and just it's short races, but he's not going to win it here, so he's just trying to keep in touch with the top 3 battle, and just bide his time as he's back on the inside now, so he's in a better position there. But Matt's not out of it yet either, so it's a tricky battle between these 3 at the moment. Yeah, we joke about over racing being a bit simple. It's just turn left and try not to crash, but there's a lot of thinking involved. Slipstream in, try not to crash, turn left. So yeah, there's one more thing you got to keep in mind.
Yeah, definitely. It's all part of the thought process, and it's like picking your moment of when to go. Obviously, Loopy there, he's in third at the moment, but there's no point getting ahead too early. Mike Gunning's a very wily over racer, and he knows his stuff, and he'll know what to do to keep himself ahead. As we see Loopy now trying to get down the inside, but Loopy won't want to be getting ahead too early, because otherwise Michael snaps straight back. And Matt's very much in it as well. Just look at Loopy trying to force his way through the middle, but not as wee gap there. But he's tucked in behind Mike again, and just want to make it the most of the slipstream with Matt just hanging on there in third. But yeah, very very tight battles. We look at Pixie and Alex in fourth and fifth, just trying to keep ahead of Stuart there, who's another couple of seconds behind.
Yeah, it's a good battle at the front. There's battles everywhere except for sixth place, and we'll be going on to the last lap, you have to imagine, after this one. And Loopy's definitely lining himself up quite nicely to go for the win at the end of this final lap now, which they just go on. But you have to keep an eye on Matt. He doesn't want to dive out, and then Matt just touches him, and then that gives Mike another win at the ovals. Same thing for fourth and fifth. Oh, that's Alex flying. He's hit the barrier, so that's going to give Pixie a nice little run ahead. You see, he's got a little gap, but back at the front we got Mike from Loopy going around the outside. He's taking the lead, but by the slimmest of margins. Mike looking at the inside. He's touching. Oh no, that's Matt around. Matt's out of this. It's a 2-horse race now, side by side going to the line. Mike and Loopy side drafting. You have to imagine Mike may have the advantage, but Loopy may have the run on the outside. It's super close together, and I think that's Loopy just got it, but we'll have to check at the end. Then it's Pixie third, Alex fourth, Matt fifth, and then Stu sixth. So Matt went from third possibly for the win all the way down to fifth place. That's gutting for him, and everyone's not finished apparently. Yeah,
it's such a crazy finish that even the game doesn't know what's happened. But it was Loopy there with from Mike Gunning for the finish after Matt, who'd been in the whole race, just fell short with Pixie coming home in third. And that means that it's as you were really for the championship, with Loopy G keeping his 11-point lead, and Stuart Davis on 136, and Mike Gunning 96 behind, and Icebreaker on 63. I think that's the championship as we had coming in, so need to check what the updated ones are there. So the correct championship results are Loopy G on 178, followed by Stuart Davis on 168, and Mike Gunning, after a strong performance tonight, has gained 40 points to put him on to 136, and it's now Matt Wedge on 91 after his very strong performance tonight. Pixie in 5th place on 82. Icebreaker missing out tonight, drops down to 6th place with 63 points. Alex Brown on 57. Del Boy on 48, and Monty Mono in 9th place on 41. So, hope you enjoyed that, and if you'd like to see more, join us next time, and like and subscribe.